Okay, so often when you get your kayak or your fishing kayak shipped to you from us, we always remove the rudder. This is for a few reasons. Number one, for packaging, obviously you don't want to be shipping it in a truck or whatever with the rudder sticking out, so we take it off, and I'm just going to show you quickly how to reinstall it. Okay, there's 3 items you get with the rudder. You get a washer, you get a normal nut, and then you get what we call a lock nut. Okay. The purpose of the 3 I'll explain to you now. First thing you got to remember is the T-bar that you have on the kayak. It's like an arrow. The arrow faces forward. Okay, that will give you maximum turning. Obviously, if you turn it the other way, it affects the way the turning circle. It's not massive, but I mean it does make a difference. So we put the arrow forward, push the rudder through the shaft. Okay, nicely. Now that is in place, first thing we do is we put a washer. Okay, I'll explain why the washer's there now. Then Robert, you can put the nut on. So this is not the lock nut, this is just a normal standard nut, the M10 nut that goes on top of it. Okay. Okay, the idea of the nut and the washer here is this nut will position where your rudder is. Obviously if this is loose, okay, you're going to get a bit of play in the rudder, up and down play. Okay, so often people will say my rudder's got a bit of play up and down. This just means this nut here needs to be tightened ever so slightly. So what we will do is we will tighten it onto the washer. So if you over tighten it, it obviously makes the rudder too tight. So you just need to get it at the right, nice free moving rudder. Then we put the T-bar on top of the nut, like that, and then we put the lock nut on top. Okay, the idea of the lock nut, tightening the lock nut, is this lock nut, if you tighten it correctly, tightens onto the other nut, which in turn takes the play out of the rudder. You can see that's solid now. So the correct tightening of the lock nut onto the other nut takes the play or the sideways movement out of it. And like I said, the correct positioning of the nut underneath takes the up and down movement out of the rudder. So this nut locks onto the other nut and also obviously locks the T-bar in place. And there we go, you have your rudder fitted now, and now you're ready to go with the pedals. Just now you will just need to adjust the pedals to suit your height. That's it.